Hello, welcome back. This is what I'm working on today. Basically, this pedal has broke off. There's some shims and bits and pieces here, but this pedal, the threaded part has broke off, and obviously the levers fell off and the washers and the shims fell off. So our job today is to somehow fix it all back together. I had to take the body off of it. I was going to do a video of taking everything off it, but at the time my memory card was in the computer doing uploading some other bits and pieces, so couldn't do it. And so I'll come out today to finish it off, and I'll show you putting the body back on it. Okay, get started in a second. I'll just sort the dog out, eating everything, and we'll get started. Just before I show you the body, before I forget to show you, just in case I don't show you before I put it back on. These are pretty good clean. I'll do that as well. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but yeah. I'll figure out what I'm going to do. It looks worse than what it is with the body and everything off of it, but it's only real way of getting into it, and it ain't as bad as it looks. I had a bit of problems I'll explain when I put it back together, but that's only because it's 11 years old and things rust. So yeah, right, I'm going to figure out what to do with it. I reckon that's a welding plug, and the bolt just threaded into it, or the stud just threaded into it, and I'm hoping I haven't welded the stud on at the end. I haven't welded this end of it. There you can see it. And I'm wondering if I get my stub, if I can just get that out of it, that bit of stud. If I can, then all I've got to do is tap it and re-thread it. What a save a lot of aggro. I know. Too hot for this, isn't it, messing around. Right. That was actually welded, the stud was welded on this end, on the back as well, so I've ended up drilling right through. And just drilled it out basically. So what I'm going to do next is find a nut and bolt, put a nut and bolt through, get it all sort of in for size and that, measure for size, and then I'll probably weld the head back on here, and then just do it up with a nut. That would be the plan, and then put it all back together. I've got to give this a service as well before it goes back together, so but yeah, so it's mighty warm out here today. Put the bolt for it. So what my next job, this is only a temporary nut, I'm going to put a locking nut on here, or a no-lock nut on there, and then I'm just going to put a couple of tacks down here somewhere just to hold that nut as well, and also I'll put a locking nut or a no-lock nut on there so that it don't undo. Problem we had in the past was, I can't remember why, but about 3 years ago we cable tied the safety switch on it, so I'm going to sort that out. This is a custom machine, but the only person who operates this is Keith, so he don't want the safety on it really, to be honest. But as a custom machine I shouldn't do it, but that's at their request and it's down to them, not down to me. I've got a disclaimer to say that as well, so yeah, so obviously it ain't been connected for 3 years anyway, so they haven't been using it. But I'm going to disconnect it. That's for the part brake, that one. Shouldn't do it really, but there you go. And then, like I say, I'll sort this out a bit more and we'll go back to it. I've welded it up on the other side, I don't know if you can see it. But just tacked it on there. I've ended up using 2 nuts because I couldn't find an no-lock nut. I know I've got me somewhere, but well, I don't I think they're in the van. So that's that. I've decided to leave the safety on it. I've just cold tied it a bit better and a bit tighter, just so that it's still on there if anyone wants to use, then cut the cold ties and go back down the safety switch on the brake. But that's about it. I've just started to do the service on the engine. I might as well start doing that while the body's off and it's easier to get to. I've just chucked a new fuel filter on there, new petrol filter. Just going to do the air filter and take the casing off and have a look underneath there and clean it out and all the usual stuff. I've already get the body work on it before I can start it up, do the oil so it's warm, and but yeah, so I just thought I'd show you what's in bits. Just thought I'd show you this. This is the air filter with a pre-filter. That's the green bit. Take the on, let me take this off. Pre-filter. Hold on, I'll take it off. Right, so that's the air filter's left, and people look at these and they go, well, that's really clean, that looks, yeah, don't really bother doing anything with that. Well, that's fair enough, you're doing your own, but for a customer, because it wouldn't be no good, because when you look at a new one, they'll do it on your leg. Can you see the difference? How much cleaner this one is. This is a slightly different colour. Well, it's funny on the camera, it's reversed on the camera with the colours, but there's your dirty one. There's your new one. And if you blast these through an airline, and if there's a tiny little speck of dirt in there, it'll blast through and break a hole in it. And it'll be a bit pointless, so don't blow them out with airlines. You know, just change them. And put another pre-filter on. That one you could have probably got away with just putting another pre-filter on it. Give it your own, but for customer, put a new one on, new pre-filter. Right, most of the service is done on the engine now. I've just got to do the oil and a plug. But I think it's getting on a bit now, so I'm going to start putting the body back on. There's all them bits I can do without, you know, anything else I need to do on it. I can do with the body on. I've got to sharpen the blade as well. So I think we're going to start lining up. Louis just washed the body down. That looks a bit cleaner. I thought it looked pretty clean on the camera, but it was filthy. I was going to clean all that down, but I don't see the point of it. Yeah, so let's get the body on. Right, I've just laid the body on top for now, not anywhere it's supposed to go. Just show you where some of the bits are and where they come through. This is the brake lever, hopefully what we just fitted will come through here. This is the park brake. This is the clutch control. This is obviously the throttle. This will be connected up yet. This is your gears. This is your height adjuster for the deck. This is your seat and your safety switch. And this is your petrol tank. Okay? Oh, and this is your battery box and your battery leads. So you've got to try to get everything through. Like this, the angle of this for the seat, and then the gear levers, the clutch levers at a different angle, as you can see there. It goes along. And you've got to try to wiggle everything into place at once, and these bodies are quite sort of solid. It wouldn't take a lot to snap one in half, so you've got to be a bit careful. Right, that was funny. I was just getting I've got the back on. I've got the back on, and I had a bit of trouble getting it over there, over the clutch lever, but I've got the sort of bag roughly lined up. I couldn't get this brake pedal, or you stay right down, it's still not in the right place, but it was right caught up, and as I was getting the tripod, I couldn't remember where I put it, found the tripod, I just put it up and there's a pop, and it sprung through, so I wanted to show you that bit, but I don't hope you can get the phone bit. Let me have a look. Give a bit of a buzzing noise off that fluorescent light. Let's see if we can get some more lights on anyway here. Let's unplug the drill. It's always been as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's not a bad job, it's, oh, there's that for light, I think it's facing the wrong. Yeah, I think that swing the wrong instead. What I call this a shadow. Where's the lead for? Yeah, I mean, it ain't a bad job, it just looks worse than what it is. Because you've got to take the body off. How's that? Oh, I think that'll do. Yeah, it ain't a bad job to do, it just looks worse because you, like I say, you take the body off, and I think taking the body off would put most people off, but I'll show you, there is 6 like bolt screw type things for the body, a couple for the seat, but like I say, we're going to put it back together now, so I'll show you how it goes. Thought I turned it off then, really I wanted to show you, it ain't lined this up, so I might as well show you. Hopefully, look at that. That pedal's nice and tight, I hope it's not too tight. There's nothing underneath this body to stop it. You know, it's just got to, basically got to line up. There's another part of the steering column bolts on, comes up to about here, and then you've got all the other bits. We'll go along with this. See if I can just want to. Yeah, it's spot on. Spot on at the back. So what I'm going to do is put the bolts in the back, and then I'll lift it up and we'll do the bolts underneath at this end. Right, 2 bolts at the back. I just hear you can unbolt it from underneath, but it didn't make much sense to me. I just thought might as well do it from this way. Just get them started. Just got it. And this one. Hopefully. So tighten them up, and then it's 4 more. I mean, you can. There's a bar. What I took 4 at a bar, but you can just take the bar off. But I found it easier. Oh, to me, it looked easier to take off the bar rather than take the whole bar off the machine. But I think if you take the whole bar off, it's only 2 or 3 bolts. But it, yeah, I think I've done it the easy way. I'll show you when I go underneath. Rocking on that. That's what's happened. Part brake's caught up, so I'll have to get that out. Right, got the lever back in. Use the old trick with the cold tie just to pull it over. This is the bars and a bit you can take off if you want. It's down here. Oh, straps right. That you've got to get it from the other side, so it's a bit awkward. So it's easier to, and that one actually. So it's definitely easier to go with the 4 of these. And I haven't tried it. No, that one lines straight up. No. One goes in there. You can see that don't line up. Bit of wood holding the tripod. Well, I'll pull that about and that we'll get it lined up. Right, I'll put them bolts in, and then this bit of shaft goes back in, bolt through this way, bolt through that way. I was talking to Heidi, so I forgot to film it. Make sure that when the wheels are straight, the holes are either to the sides, and that's where the steering column goes. We'll do that in a bit. What else we got to do? Tighten them up. Yes, I've got to tighten them up. She thinks you can't hear her. Like this little one goes on here. That just screws on. I'll do these one. I'm going in a minute because Heidi's only come out to moan at me about me tea. Yes, you have. She's been standing watching me moan at me.
I don't take an interest.
Don't. You was asleep.
Huh?
You was asleep. There's another bar to go on here and the brake. We'll do that in a minute. These go on. If you can see it, these bigger ones go on the lift and the gear lever. I'll do the gear lever in a minute because I can't get around you. Right, I think I'm going to call it a night, have my tea, and then carry on in the morning. So see you in about a second. Right, it's the next morning. I've just tightened that up. Bottom of the steering column, 2 bolts. Just tighten them up. Just put the electric box up in place. There are only a couple of self-tappers hold them. So that's a good start. Just drop my screwdriver. Just line them up. There you go. Right, and I'll put the ignition switch on it now. Just get all roughly lined up. Right, just got to tighten them up. Just tighten them up. And that's the ignition switch done, the electric box done. I'll put the battery in it now. I remember how it goes. It goes that way. Where's the bar go? Across there. I might just go in right. It goes in there, goes down there. There's a bar somewhere. Where's the bar? That's it. That's hard, wasn't it? Right, next job, we fit the pedal. That just fits down the side and bolts go through it. I don't think you need to see me do it, but I might as well just get on with it and do it. Save a bit of time. If you work on anything like this, you must get one of these magnets. First, just now, just drop the bolt into the casing, and obviously you can put it through, put a bolt out. So, always a handy thing to have. Right, what we've got to do now is fit the seat. Top that roughly there. it done. Now move the camera to a better angle. I'm gonna try the pedal. I haven't tried it yet. Getting on without steering wheel, isn't it? Feels okay. Feels pretty good. Yeah. Such a wobbly little machine to get on and off with a fat bloke like me. Right, the next job is to put the steering wheel nut back on. Hang on, I'll try to get off the magnet. This is why I had the only real problem taking it apart, and that was the pin. It's only a roller pin. Goes through here, and it's a bit of a pig to get in with, feels of it. Yeah, I had a job to get that out because obviously I don't want to crack the steering wheel on, I think. Okay, but what I'm going to do now is I've got to clean up the plastic cover, so I might as well do that first. I'll do that off camera. I'll only give it a quick wipe over because we'll clean the machine down before it goes back anyway. This is going to be a bit of a pig cut over this bottom bolt it wants to get off. Across there a bit. That's fine. I'm going to leave that bit of a gap there because where that was, yeah, that's fine. That's all the movement you've got on it. But before it's right down in there, and all it was doing is wearing onto the body. So I'm going to leave that off for there. That's fine. It's pretty good actually. Still roughly lined up. It's not perfectly straight, I noticed that when I took it apart, but I want to get the steering wheel the right way around. So I've got to clean the steering wheel yet. Basically you've got a groove and the pin goes through there. There is a slight crack in there, that was done before I took it apart. That's why I didn't want to close it too hard, because I didn't want to break it anymore. There's nothing in the cover. There's nothing in there, it's just a cover, so don't bother trying to force that off. I only took it off because it came off like that. So that just goes on there, and that pin, where I just put it, not down here, that'll go through there like that, but I'm going to have to close the pin up a bit and then knock it through. Right, so the steering wheel's on it now. The only thing I would say is with them roll pins, keep them lubed up, keep spraying WD-40 or any other product like that on it. We're knocking it through because it's starting to dry out. And it's not the shaft in the middle that's tight, it's an alley bush in the top of the steering wheel what causes the tightness. So it's on the ends. Right, I'm just going to put this lever on. It goes on there like that with a bolt for it. And we'll tighten it all up. And because we've got the safety switch still on the back, and I haven't got the box, I'll wait till Keith gets here and I'll does that one now. Once Keith gets here, we'll fire it up, give it a cold start. I think it's got to be done on the battery's flat. I might have time to charge it, but I've got to do another mower. So, right, back in a second. Right, it's all back together, and I promised you a cold start, so here goes. Cold start. Like I say, I forgot about it. I'm going to take it back. Here it making loads of noise with us. Got warm and cooled down or something. But yeah, it's all done. So I'm going to take it back tonight and Chris had a good run around the garden with it. And yeah, it's all good with it. So if you like this sort of thing, subscribe, thumbs up, all the rest of it, you know what to do. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.